Now, YouTube family, as you guys just seen the news I broke and my supporters broke as well, that Joe Flacco is traded. The Cleveland Browns have been moving on a side quest of quarterbacks from all the guys they released and brought them back in again. Well, I'm here to tell you that this trade is happening and it got serious. We can't negate some things, guys. We got to talk about it. We got to bring up Deshaun Watson. We got to bring up Zappy. We got to bring up on the depth chart and who pulled the plug, who made the move, because when it's Jimmy Haslam, he's playing hot potatoes, and I didn't make the selection of Shadour. It was Andrew Berry. But I already broke the news. Andrew Berry in the front office never wanted Shadour. They were forced to get Shadour. We only know Jimmy Haslam is the only one who can force anybody in that organization. And I do believe Jimmy forced to get Shadour, but why? We don't talk about that. I know I do. You guys do. When I say we, the other content creators, we know over here what we've been getting down in business with. We're going to break this trade down before people jump out the room and act like they know it's just all true. Everything came into fruition and Shadour is just saved. And you forgot, according to the media, to the Cleveland Browns, Dillon Gabriel played a great game against Vikings. I know. We see the max protection and everything going on, but according to them and everybody, Dillon did well. And you're celebrating already? Well, we're going to make it make sense. Y'all hit that like button, hit that notification bell. I am DJ BlessOne, the goddamn best one.
I've been broke so many times, I don't know what to believe. Mama say it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Niggas bless up on my...
Realizing this situation, looking at it, hold on, man, I want to flex, man. I want my Colorado Coach Prime get well. You know Coach Prime is going through blood clots again. Chris Bosh went through it. I had people in my family went through it. Knock on wood, my dad don't got to go through that crap no more. I got a lot of people, so like, I didn't make a video about that. I was more in prayers with Coach Prime. I should make a video. I kind of didn't want to chase monetization for that because I got scared. That news got broke to me when we were doing a live a day and a half ago, and you guys broke it to me, and I really was caught off guard. And you could tell I got love for Deion Sanders. You know, you just could see it, just like many of you guys. But let's get back to regular scheduled programming. So you guys know what just happened. The Bengals trade Joe Flacco, and the earth spins yet another 20 billion times again, meaning that same old with the Browns. We've seen the same thing with Kenny Pickett, and you guys told me I was losing my mind. You guys celebrated Kenny Pickett getting traded, and you said this means Shadour is going to start. I said not only is he not going to start early in the year at all, he's not going to even barely be on the depth chart to that much known. I was damn near correct. I mean, he was on the depth chart, but was he really? Because then they would pick up Zappy and throw everything off guard. And I told you guys that move was a motive move. And BlessOne, you tweaking again. Then I had to break the news to you guys in practice squad practice. Shadour wasn't even getting reps with any viable players, not even the fourth strings. They said they didn't have guys for Shadour to throw to. He was out there throwing to janitors. I'm not even faking that. You guys all seen the NFL insiders, janitors, and Uber drivers. But let's just be real. One of the things was verified. He was throwing passes to the equipment manager. And you think that's proper development to be an NFL starting quarterback? Cam Ward had all the developing go on with the Tennessee Titans. I know he just won, but look how they won. It was an awful trash game, which Cam Ward played horrible, and they won. I guess a W is a W to you average fans, but to the real ones, it's goddamn horrible what's going on in Tennessee, and that man had all the first team reps. But yet you think Shedeur Sanders is supposed to perform magic with none of the professionalism being given to him, none of the resources being given to him, meaning that, yes, I think Shedeur Sanders would be a Hall of Famer in the league. He has everything. He has the complete package. I mean, the complete package. But here's the problem. No a BMW gets prepared to drive on that freeway without having better equipped things in it and being tested. You have never given Shedeur Sanders the proper development tools. But here's the thing. While we're talking, like, even me, look, notice I'm talking about development tools and all that, because we think Shadour is about to get in there. There's a guy named Deshaun Watson, ladies and gentlemen. I think a lot of you guys forgot about him. I'm going to have to make a separate video. Have you guys forgot he's been cleared to play already? Did you forget 2 to 3, I think it was 3 months ago, Jimmy Haslam was smiling like he went to Disney World, or he just got another $600 million from you gullible Cleveland fans. He was excited to break the news that Deshaun Watson looks ready more than ever. We've seen the videos. Forget about the NBA Youngboy concert from his Master Tour. We seen Deshaun Watson dancing with his wife, and a lot of you Cleveland fans were more mad at that than what your failed organization is doing. You started saying Deshaun doesn't care about the games no more. But the truth, what you should have been paying attention to, what's going on with this quarterback situation, because it looks like Deshaun will be playing by at least minimum week 8 or week 9. Like I've been saying, you guys forgot about that. What's next for Shadour after this fiasco? Do we sit down and pretend the Browns are something to be trusted? I would love to get on camera. I've done it hundreds and hundreds of times to say I was wrong. I'm a man's man. I'm a human. That's the part of this content creation that I love, because I know very few of us exist. Forget about numbers, views. It doesn't matter if you got 10 subscribers. I'll watch if I can relate to the human aspect of you. You can tell when folks are reading a script, when they're not speaking in a sense, in essence of what you and I speak like. Whether you like me or not, I can see when you're a regular human being, you just don't like me. That's even something to reward as well, and tell you guys I humbly respect that, compared to people who are just having an anger based on the fact that I'm defending Shadour and they hate him for whatever racial reasons, because it's never really football reasons. You give them a chance to expound on their degeneracy of rhetoric, of curse words they're throwing at me. I've never met these people, never insulted them, but they feel something I'm saying is cutting them, because truth always cuts like a sword. Never negate that part. But fast forward, will they trade for another quarterback or free agent? Let's just be real. They're getting rid of everybody, but they're keeping their Shedeur Sanders merchandise sales. Oh, BlessOne knows what's going on. See, it's too early to get rid of Shadour or finally be done with him. You're trying to exploit him and maximize on the opportunity he brings your organization. Everything went up, and not just your organization. Damn near NFL ratings have been higher than they were before, although still low. That's their own fault with their political madness. But you're over here propagating something that has yet to happen, and you guys always want somebody to say, and I apologize. Why would I need to apologize when I love Shadour? You would be a clown fool to not see all these videos are for us. It's for love. How you don't see that? If I'm something that's a nightmare on Elm Street to you, I got news for you. Stay inside your house or stay inside the church. You're not ready for this world. This world is a jungle. You got lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. There's a reason why the Browns have been dysfunctional for over 4 decades. If we're being for real, the real Cleveland Browns organizations are the Baltimore Ravens. This new Cleveland Browns that came back in 1999, I'm going to name it the Tim Couch Browns. You know, the quarterback you drafted with the #1 pick from Kentucky, who shouldn't even been in the first 4 rounds of the NFL draft, and you guys made him the #1 pick. But we can't talk about privilege right now. We're going to look at this. We're going to sit by. I'm going live today. So much people are celebrating right now. The Browns have won the Super Bowl. But you're not looking how unorganized this team really is. What was the point of making Joe Flacco your starting quarterback when you had 2 young guys? Forget about Deshaun Watson, whether he comes back or not. Look, I'm going to give Dillon Gabriel a little bit props. If you invest, I don't think he was a 3rd-round pick, and the scouts agreed with me. They had Dillon as a late 6th round to 7th round. And remember the first 2 years when he was supposed to enter the draft, they had him as a non-drafted quarterback. Dan Lanning in Oregon over there in Eugene, Oregon helped Dylan Gabriel out, not the other way around. Oregon is still doing great right now without a Dylan Gabriel. Stop hyping this guy up, man. Stop doing that. But I will hype him up to say, why wouldn't you start Dylan Gabriel early or Shedeur Sanders? Either one. They're your young guys. We all knew what this season was going to be for the Cleveland Browns. We all knew minimal 1 game or to no games you were going to win. I mean, go back to my videos. I've said this emphatically. It's not a shocker. This is every year with your team. Every year. Then you start winning late games like you're a wannabe Dallas Cowboys. You start winning your last 2 out of 5 games and people get hype again. We might enter the playoffs because they love mediocre or below average situations. They have no situational awareness. This is why guys like Jimmy Haslam since 2012 with Cleveland Brown can make these such type moves. You think a move like this is being made by Andrew Berry, the token, without the approval of Jimmy Haslam? You really think it was Kevin Stefanski who initiated this or Andrew Berry, the GM, initiating this? Kevin Stefanski loved him some Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco. You better go. He loved Kenny Pickett. He didn't even make that move. Not even Andrew Berry. You're about to learn why this move was made, and I do think Deshaun Watson has a lot to do with it. They're not just going to get rid of him, at least not yet. Now, this new trial is about to start. If it shows he was repulsive in any type of way, the NFL does have certain binding contracts and rules to follow where we can be done away with this contract if it shows he wasn't a consummate professional during said accusations. You guys forget about that part. But to me, the fact that they even went to see Deshaun prepping during his little training he had during this offseason, it tells me I don't think they're ready to get rid of him yet, because then they'll have to say we wasted $230 million, even if they get to keep majority of it, which they can if Deshaun was found guilty of said reasons. But here's the problem here. They love Deshaun. I think you people are blind. That was a great investment. They see the guy in Deshaun and what he used to be. I know we see this new Deshaun Watson, but depression can do that to a quarterback. And Deshaun Watson is heads and shoulders above a lot of quarterbacks. But I believe Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, they're the better choice right now than Deshaun. I'll be doing a separate video about Deshaun, but it's a lot of moves going on. The media are glazing Dylan right now, but your organization is in jeopardy. You guys let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this fiasco? This guy, Joe Flacco, gets initiated and then get out of here real quick. You got bamboozled. You got hoodwinked. This is what it is. And I think it's really bad for Shadour. I don't think this is a great thing at all, but you guys can tell me difference. Let me know in the comment sections. I'm your guy, DJ BlessOne, the best one. Salute.